Hello, beautiful and amazing people. Welcome to the Mindset Alchemy podcast, where I help you understand the absolute incredible power of your thoughts, your feelings, your words, and where, when you set emotions in place, you are running energy because emotions are energy in motion. What many people do not understand, or even when they do understand it, there's not a full taking in of it, is that we are creative. We are creators, and we create all the time, whether we are aware of it or not. We create with a passing thought. We create with a story we keep telling ourselves. And many times we forget to see ourselves. And this also doesn't allow others to see us. I found a book called Balcony People by Joyce Landorf Heatherly. Joyce Landorf Heatherly. And there's a poem in here I would like to read to you today, to share with you, to help you understand a little bit about hearing what people are not saying. It's entitled, "Please hear what I'm not saying. Don't be fooled by me. Don't be fooled by the face I wear, for I wear a mask. I wear 1,000 masks, masks that I'm afraid to take off, and none of them are me. Pretending is an art that's second nature with me. Don't be fooled. For God's sake, don't be fooled. I give you the impression that I'm secure, that all is sunny and unruffled with me, within as well as without. That confidence is my name, and coolness is my game, and the water's calm, and I'm in command, and that I need no one. Don't believe me, please. My surface may be smooth, but my surface is my mask, my ever-varying and ever-concealing mask. Beneath lies no smugness, no complacence. Beneath dwells the real me in confusion, in fear, in aloneness. But I hide this. I don't want anybody to know it. I panic at the thought of my weaknesses and fear exposing them. That's why I frantically create my masks to hide behind. They're nonchalant, sophisticated facades to help me pretend, to shield me from the glance that knows. But such a glance is precisely my salvation, my only salvation, and I know it. That is, if it's followed by acceptance, and if it's followed by love. It's the only thing that can liberate me from myself, from my own self-built prison walls, from the barriers that I so painstakingly erect. That glance from you is the only thing that assures me of what I can't assure myself, that I'm really worth something. I don't tell you this. I don't dare. I'm afraid to. I'm afraid you'll think less of me, that you'll laugh and your laugh will kill me. I'm afraid that deep down I'm nothing, that I'm just no good, and you will see this and reject me. So play my game, my desperate, pretending game, with a facade of assurance without and a trembling child within. So begins the parade of masks, the glittering but empty parade of masks, and my life becomes a front. I idly chatter to you in suave tones of surface talk. I tell you everything that's nothing, and nothing of what's everything, of what's crying within me. So when I'm going through my routine, do not be fooled by what I'm saying. Please listen carefully and try to hear what I'm not saying. Hear what I would like to say, what I cannot say. I dislike hiding, honestly. I dislike the superficial game I'm playing, the superficial, phony game. I'd really like to be genuine and me. I need your hand, your help, your hand to hold, even though my masks would tell you otherwise. It will not be easy for you. Long felt inadequacies make my defenses strong. The nearer you approach me, the blinder I may strike back. Despite what books say of men, I am irrational. I fight against the very thing that I cry out for. You wonder who I am. You shouldn't, for I'm every man and every woman who wears a mask. Don't be fooled by me, at least not by the face I wear. Balcony People by Joyce Landorf Heatherly. We all have a wounded inner child within us. This inner child who would like to play and run the show. The play is good. And some days, it's really not a great idea that the child runs the show, especially not when the child is wounded. When children are wounded, they seek attention, they cry, they are not who they can be. And we take this into adulthood with us, and we suppress that inner child, not allowing the inner child to come out and play. This may lead to self-sabotage, to self-deprecation, and it definitely blocks self-love. When we are able to understand that, yes, we have masks, and to hear ourselves and know ourselves behind the mask, we are able, step by step, to own that the inner child would like some attention and love. We are able to see the self-saboteur for the crying heart within. We are able to understand that we are worthy of stepping forward beyond the masks. And all it takes is one person to say, I see you, I love you, I accept you. And when that person is ourselves, it is absolutely incredible what is able to happen. As a coach, as a healer, I find this is what most people are coming for, to be seen and to be able to see themselves. Because people, we all develop masks. We all hide behind them. What we don't understand and what we forget is that we feel each other's bodies. We hear each other mind to mind before we hear each other ear to ear. We hear the lie as well as seeing the truth. The challenge is we don't always make ourselves aware of it. We refuse it and say, no, that can't be, because we are doing the same internally. And as we choose to step forward, owning who we be, this allows us to create space for others to do so very, very gratefully. Where are you hiding behind a mask? What is it giving you and what is it costing you? Where would you like to go with it? And when are you able to shift it? Can you see yourself for that child within? Can you see yourself as a whole, complete adult? You take that feeling of not being enough and go and explore where you are way more than enough, that you have gifts, you have talents. And just because others haven't seen them, really, really doesn't negate them. Only your inner belief does. So when you choose to slide that mask down, know that the only person that is really being fooled is you. The only person that is being fooled is the person who chooses not to see you. Where can you today choose to step beyond that mask, own the inner wounding, and allow yourself step by step to come into completeness by bringing presence of who you are into the present, examining your core values and looking for the worth that is there. Then getting into loving yourself, the parts that are a little bit not so happy, the parts that may be part of the shadow side, that victim, that saboteur, that wounded warrior. We all get to work in our wounded masculine and feminine energies. We all get to choose to work in our sacred and divine masculine and feminine energies. This is where we get to love ourselves. And loving ourselves means there are parts we're going to dislike, and that's okay. There are parts we're going to like, and that's even better. There are parts we're going to release because they're not our own. We've owned them from our parents and from other people. And now is the time to say bye-bye and cheer them on their way, wrapped in love. They're gone. You don't need to play with them anymore. Rather allow the inner child out. Play with the inner child. Read, sew, knit, run, whatever makes you feel great. And allow yourself to see yourself as you love yourself. Reach out if you'd like to invite me to work with you. Have me speak for you in your group, on a platform, in a summit. And if you would like to know more about how you can work with me, find me on social media or look at the links below. Thank you for listening, and I would really appreciate you sharing and giving me a 5-star review on iTunes. Have a grand, glorious, and self-love-filled day. Bye-bye. Oh, by the way, I am Janine Kathleen, a psychic success catalyst. Cheerio.